The wrong packaging is what tends to mess up these SaaS YouTube channels from growing and acquiring new users, new customers from YouTube. And this includes the strategy, ideation, scripting, thumbnails, and SEO. And with the wrong packaging, well, you're gonna have a video that looks like this. And trust me, you don't not want a video like this with horrible thumbnail, too much text everywhere, and just the wrong title. This just looks disgusting. You don't want this. So talking about the strategy slash scripting, what you want to do here is talk about their problem, talk about the viewer's problem, not your product. Now, most SaaS videos are just product feature walkthroughs talking about their product and why it's the best one. But they just jump in straight into what it does. They don't like tell anyone why they should care. They don't tell anyone why they should watch the actual video. They just show their product. They just show their software. Here's a little roast for you if you're a SaaS company watching this, which if you aren't, well, you should probably still watch this. This will still help apply, like you should still apply this to your business. So here's an example, like a little roast that I just made up. Instead of saying, here's how to use our dashboard, you would say something like how to cut your reporting time in half without Excel. You want to get more specific and talk about why the viewer should actually watch the video. And this applies to YouTube titles and thumbnails as well, not just the actual script and not just the strategy behind what you're thinking about the video, because the title and thumbnail is the reason they're clicking in the first place. So if you can just somehow explain this story about, for example, let's say your title is how to cut your reporting time in half without Excel. Your thumbnail wouldn't say cut your reporting time in half without Excel. It wouldn't do that. It wouldn't look like, if we go back here, it wouldn't look like this thumbnail pretty much repeating what the title says. You would want to complement it. So the title, how to get your reporting time in half without Excel, your thumbnail would say something like minus 12 hours or something like that, just saving time, maybe a clock somewhere, maybe a little bit of your tool blurred out, something like that. You just want to tease the viewer and tell the story. Now, when it comes to the ideation, title, thumbnail, SEO, I went a little bit over the title, but you want to utilize search intent targeting. Now, your videos probably aren't aligned with what potential users are searching for. There's no competitor analysis on your side, there's no keyword research on your side, and there's no SEO thinking prior to you uploading. So here's a few ways to find content your ICP is watching, and we're going to go over the SEO part right after. One is going to be the hidden analytic content suggesting metric. Now, I made a video on this previously. If you want to check that out, you can click up here. It should pop up right here, or maybe up here. Actually, it's going to be up here. You want to click there and then watch that video. Pretty much content suggesting your video's metric is in your analytics, and pretty much these videos are pretty much videos that your ICP, your ideal client, is probably watching. So what you want to do, because they actually click their video because they're interested, you want to look at those videos and you want to create videos maybe similar to that topic, maybe kind of the same, because that's what your client, that's what your potential user is watching. You want to take that, use it for yourself, and apply it to your business, apply it to your YouTube channel, and that could help you grow. That could work for you as well. The second way is competitor analysis. Now, FAQs. Your competitor is targeting your ICP perfectly. I have a typo here, but they have a comment section full of questions. So what you want to do is go in your comment section, look at all the questions that your ideal client's watching, and then just answer those questions in your content. Pretty much you're not taking from that person, you're just taking what your ideal customer wants and applying it to your channel, because they obviously have a question, that person's not answering it. You can take that question and answer it on your channel. They're going to just go from this channel straight to you. They want to go to you because you're answering their question and you're helping them out. Now, another thing you can do is use ChatGPT to get a list of 20 plus FAQs your ideal client has for each deliverable that you have. So let's say your software has a, let's say you have an automated LinkedIn outreach tool. Let's say you can automate LinkedIn, X, and also somehow you can automate Instagram. What you want to do is create a list of 20 plus FAQs for each of them. So you can have 20 plus FAQs for LinkedIn, 20 plus FAQs for X, and 20 plus FAQs for Instagram. And you can probably even break that down a lot more, to be honest, like into like the different tools that, each one has, and then just like maybe break those down into FAQs as well, 20 plus FAQs. But you get the point, just come up with 20 plus FAQs your ideal client has for each deliverable that you have, or each type of deliverable that you have. And 3 is going to be content pillars. You want to break your service down into X steps. I can't tell you how many steps it is because you know your business, you know your SaaS company better than I do. So break down your service, break down what you offer into X steps, let's say 5. You want to break each step down into 5 plus bullet points. So let's say you have 5 steps. You can have 25 bullet points just from those 5 steps. And you want to turn each bullet point into multiple YouTube videos. And that way you have a bunch of YouTube videos, and assuming you're posting once every single month, you have like probably over 6 months worth of content just with the strategy right here. And it's still relevant to your ICP, your ideal client profile, or your ideal user or customer. Now, for SEO, I at least want you to use tools like TubeBuddy or vidIQ, or even like use free YouTube search auto suggest to find content your audience really wants. And if you want this, you can find it in the description. It's linked below. You can just click there, and yeah, that is my affiliate link, so you'll be helping me out, but I'm also helping you out by telling you about this tool. And for me, I don't personally use them. I myself don't use them as much, maybe like 1% of the time out of the 99% of the time. And it's because I do own a YouTube agency and I understand it 10 times more than a normal person. You would hope I do, because if I need to rely on a tool to actually do certain things for me, then like where's my knowledge coming in at, right? I actually have a bunch of knowledge on everything about YouTube, which is why I make videos about this. For example, when it comes to short tail keywords, this is going to be, we're talking about SEO now, so this is going to be like the hashtags part. The short tail keywords pretty much are general 1 to 2 word phrases with high search volume and intense competition. It doesn't have to be 1 to 2 words. It can be like 3 words, I'd say max, but pretty much these are really like just generalized words, and they have super high volume. Like a lot of people are searching it up, and it's a bunch of competition because everyone's using the same hashtags. These will help you rank, of course, but what I like more is long tail keywords. And these are longer, more specific phrases with lower search volume and less competition. So let's say you have a video on an automated LinkedIn outreach tool. Your actual like hashtag should include like automate LinkedIn, or maybe LinkedIn outreach automation, something like that. Those are cool. Those are cool short tail keywords. But you want to get more specific. You want a keyword that's like how to automate LinkedIn with AI, or you could say something like how to use AI for my LinkedIn post, or something like that. Just make it a little bit longer and more specific, because this is still having like low search volume. Like not many people are searching it up, but it has way less competition. So meaning if someone does search it up, your video is going to be first or second. Like your video is going to be up there. So they're most likely going to click it, and that's probably going to be your ICP, because it's very specific phrase that your ideal customer or your ideal user, your ideal buyer is searching up. Now, when it comes to SEO, like we're going to talk about the titles and keywords now. You never want to educate too broadly. For example, if you're a SaaS channel trying to rank for how to do marketing or how to grow on LinkedIn, well, you're going to attract everyone except your ICP. It's pretty much going to look like the Krusty Krab. Everyone except people who have money. Everyone's broke, right? So you want to do this instead. You want to get specific with why X niche, which is going to be your niche, should click and watch the video. If you're generalized, well, just try to attract certain people who have money, I guess. Just instead of a niche, you would try to maybe add a number in the title, make maybe $10,000, $100,000 plus, instead of like $1,000 or $5,000, because that's going to attract lower level people, or like lower ink, like from like a monetary standpoint, they're going to have less money than if you put like a bigger number in the title, pretty much. And then you also want to use numbers wisely. So I already explained this a little bit. Low numbers tend to get a wider audience because a lot of people don't have money. That's the majority of the world population. And if you use higher numbers, that tends to get a more niched audience. So for example, how to scale from 100K a month to 1 mil a month plus, that's going to attract people at the 6-figure plus range. And if you use a lower number, how to scale from 10K to 1 million a month, that's going to attract a huge wide range of people. And you don't want to do that because that's too broad, unless unless you want to attract everyone. And instead of, how to do marketing, like as a title or as a hashtag, you would want to do something like how to do SaaS YouTube marketing in 2025. So you can see here, I made it specific. I added SaaS. I got specific with the mechanism. I added YouTube, which is also a mechanism, marketing in 2025, which is a time frame. So pretty much it's saying now. You always want to put the same year because it pretty much increases urgency. So hopefully this video helps you in your SaaS business, and I'll see you in the next one.